Jones joins you now here on The Fan. And a good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
Doing good. How you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Beating the Commanders like that sure put a spring in our step throughout the week, so we appreciate that handiwork there. What do you guys need to do to make it 2 in a row up there against the Broncos?
Well, again, if we can continue, what we're doing on offense and even improve on that, which we think we can, then, obviously we're playing well on that side of the ball. And then, just being, consistently being more consistent executing on the defensive side of the ball. We've made some steps, and we have to keep getting better. Obviously not good enough, but we've got to get better. And on the defensive side, and I think, the confidence is coming together, the energy's coming together, and in terms of, the day-to-day practice, and, that's where it starts. You got to have good practices, and, that'll bleed into the games, and hopefully, go up there and play good defense.
We saw Shoddy talking about being more involved in the defensive meetings. We saw Eberflus talking about using analytics. What in your mind has been sort of the catalyst for being better defensively at least 2 out of the last 3 weeks?
You just evolve. And, when you come in and, as I've mentioned before, this is our third coordinator in 3 years. And, last year we evolved as the season went and thought we played better the back half of the season than the first half. And, I think that's just part of a new system with new wrinkles. You evolve, and at the same time, the coordinator evolves into seeing, what his talent is. I mean, he's getting his hands on these guys do best. Of course, it was also great to, see some new faces on the field, Overshone and Revel out there moving around. So, I just think it's a matter of, going to work, chopping wood every day, and hopefully that carries over, to, even more improvement against the Broncos, and, that'll evolve.
Stephen, as president of the Cooper Beebe fan club, I would like to ask if you could confirm if he will be in the lineup again on Sunday.
Well, we're going to look at it one more time. He's borderline right now, and we'll make that call tomorrow.
What about
Certainly we miss him, and I'm in that fan club with you. I'm a big BB fan, and I know he wants to play, but we got to make sure he's ready to go.
What about with some other guys, Donovan Wilson, Trevon Diggs?
Yeah, they're looking like they're not going to be able to go. We'll make that call tomorrow as well, but looking like they're not going to be able to play against Denver.
Shoddy said earlier he couldn't rule out an IR stint for Diggs. What's your perspective on that?
Yeah, I mean, as you know, he's had several things going on, and, that pertain to, past injuries. And so there's things that we're looking at there, and we hadn't ruled that out. We'll look at that tomorrow as well.
Is there any chance Trevon has already played his final game with the Cowboys?
We hadn't even gone there. We're just obviously taking this thing week to week and trying to see how we can get him 100% healthy to where he could help us.
With Jonathan Mingo getting back in the lineup, what do you think the numbers game looks like at wide receiver? Who's active, inactive?
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, he's obviously been coming fast, and we'll make that decision tomorrow as well in terms of the number of receivers we'll carry. And obviously getting everybody healthy is a great thing, but we also got, we're healthy with our numbers there. We're up to carrying 6 receivers, and we like all 6 of them, but hadn't made the final call. I mean,
Stephen, with this, with the trade deadline looming, and everybody here wants you to make all these kinds of deals, and you've kind of talked about parity. Is this time of year kind of exciting for you, though? The possibility of adding something to your team, mid-season to maybe put you in a position to win a division if you can.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we feel confident in this football team and feel like with the guys we got, we're competing to win a division. But, as I also say, we have urgency to always improve our roster. And obviously trading is one of those vehicles, that you can make your team better. And always, feel like you're always, acquisitions 365 days a year. And we have urgency to always be looking for a way to make our team better, not only for this year, but for the long haul. And we're always looking for those opportunities. And obviously we're searching for that opportunity right now. And if the right opportunity presents itself, then certainly we'd be eager to pull the trigger. But, it's got to be the right situation.
The right situation, though, is, and I did work with you where I was making calls and doing some things, kind of doing things like that to try and get some understanding. Is it changed a lot over the years, or is it still, your pro department guys like that, or is it more like now the general managers to general managers bit?
No, I think I think you utilize all your resources. I mean, obviously our pro department, Alex Loomis is doing a great job there making the calls. If things start to escalate, it moves on up to Will and I, and then ultimately if things really escalate, we'll get Jerry in the mix and Coach Schottenheimer in the mix and see, if we want to pull the trigger or not. But no, you use all your resources. As you were in that pro department, Brian, and you're talking pro department back and forth and seeing, if there's things that make sense, those get presented to all of us. We all get the reports, and then if we want to pursue something, we really delve into it and have, even the coaches start to watch the tape and, see what their opinion is of a particular player and how they might fit. But all that's going on right now. And as you remember, Brian, there's a lot to it. And
yes, sir.
It's got to be the right situation. And, not everybody's on the trading block.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of things out there, and that's not necessarily always the case. It seems like more than ever, people just throw things out to throw things out. And, some of it there's zero truth to, and some of it there's opportunities there. But those are all things that we're looking at right now. And certainly if we can help ourselves and do something that would make this team better, we'd be all over it.
Stephen, I also, one other thing I wanted to ask you is I've kind of have a theory about maybe some of the struggles of drafting defensive players. And I know how the organization prides itself on having the opinions of the coaches and the scouts and you and Will and Jerry. Has maybe a problem been because of three different coordinators the last 3 years? And I'm talking about. Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, and I was just wondering if maybe that you guys do a great job of talking to each other, communicating, but is the fact that maybe some of the picks that have been missed, defensive players, kind of because of the 3 different years of coordinators?
I think there's no question. That's not your, if you had your druthers, you wouldn't have 3 coordinators in 3 years. I don't think any team would.
Right.
And same goes for offense. I mean, you want the consistency of year in, year out, knowing exactly what the defense is trying to accomplish. And, you can be in the 4-3 year in and year out, but if you've got 3 different guys running it, everybody has, different ways of mixing it up, whether it's man, whether it's zone, whether it's blitzes, whether it's pressure packages against the run, the pass. There's just a lot of moving parts. And certainly that can create challenges, but sometimes, you can't control that. And you have to go ahead and make the best of your situation. But there's no question. I mean, Dan Quinn is going to have a different way of looking at personnel versus what Mike Zimmer might look at it versus the way Eberflus looks at it. But you ultimately evolve, and I think Will and our scouting staff do a great job when we do bring in and we have a turnover, have turnover on defense, and the defensive coordinator, I think they do a great job of, really, communicating what they're looking for whether it's a defensive lineman, a linebacker, or a secondary player, I think that they do a great job of seeing what that is. And you're right about one thing. Sometimes, what fits one guy that we drafted a couple of years ago may not fit the current guy, and as well. Doesn't mean he won't play well, but it may not fit as well. Perfect example of that would be a guy like Overshown. I think he plays great in Dan Quinn's defense. I think he plays great in Zim's defense, and I think he's going to play great in Eberflus's defense.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. As far as this deadline coming up, do you guys have in mind a specific defensive position, or is it just a good defensive player?
I'm sorry you cut out. I apologize.
Oh, no worries at all. I was just wondering if you guys are looking at specific defensive positions, or you're just looking for an impact defensive player at any spot.
We look at any spot. I mean, believe it or not, we'd look on offense. Now, you might say, well, where's that guy going to fit? And it's probably not a priority, but, we're looking at any spot to see if there's somebody who can make our team better. And then, what's the trade going to be? What's the value there? And, that's the way we look at it. But obviously, with our defense is a lot more obvious than offense that we'd be looking there. But, we look at anything that could help us. Obviously, we've had major injuries at safety. Our corner situation's been, unknown. And certainly, with the trade we made early on, with the pass rush, we think we've got good pass rushers. Do we have the dominant one yet? Obviously not. But and then, our linebacking situation has been with Overshown being out, but he is coming back. And then really, Shamar stepping up has just been a pleasant surprise, and he's really playing well. So, the linebacking spot's looking up, but, we'd look at anything to improve our team.
How awesome is it when you do a deal early with a guy like Jake Ferguson and he goes out there and has one of the best stretches for a tight end ever to open a season?
Well, it's outstanding. And, of course, the thing I'd say about Jake is not only is he playing his ass off, his intangibles are special. I mean, he's what you look for in football character. He's what you look for in the off the field. He's just he really checks all the boxes. So it's been outstanding to see him have that success on the field as well. But it's not surprising.
Do you value big backs the same way Shoddy seems to?
Excuse me?
The big backs. You a big fan of the big backs like Shoddy?
Oh, I like big backs. I do like them, but I'll tell you one thing. Javante's he's running like a big back right now. So, he's taking the fight to him.
One last thing for you, Stephen. This has just been a show topic of conversation, but what are your feelings on cheesecake?
On cheesecake?
Cheesecake, yes, sir.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of cheesecake.
Lazy dessert?
All kinds of cheesecake.
Okay.
Yeah, the variety, right?
I like it all.
Well, we appreciate your insights on that and the team. We look forward to this weekend. Give them hell up there. We'll be pulling for you.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great weekend.